All right, hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am Jeanette, aka Soraya, and before I get started with this product review, I always like to give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah. I hope my lighting is okay. I'm trying to get the light right with you for you guys. But anyway, guys, I am stopping in today because I went to the Dollar Tree about a couple of weeks ago, and I already did a video that I almost fainted in the store once I found out that we had some Dollar Tree yarn. Okay, it's not Dollar Tree yarn, but they selling it at the Dollar Tree, which is the Premier worsted weight yarn. So I'll show you a recap of the yarn, and then I'm just going to show you some items that I made with this yarn and really give you guys my thought and opinion on the yarn. All right, so okay, I use all those. I purchased these colors right here. It looks a little blue here, but this is a green, and then I have a purple, which really looks blue, and then a orange. All right, I don't know if they actually have the actual colors on here. This is called carrot, and this is just purple, and I don't have the ball band to this one right here. So I wanted to go ahead and give a review on this yarn right here because I really was excited to purchase this yarn. I bought like, I believe 6 skeins of the yarn, and again, it is a worsted weight yarn. I love the texture of it. I love how it feels, and I really love how it works up. Now, if I compare this worsted weight yarn to like a red heart yarn, this one would falls in the category of a little more thinner yarn, even though this is I believe is a medium number 4. I don't have my red heart to do the comparison, but just the texture of this yarn, it's more lighter to me. And it's definitely more softer than your red heart yarn. I'm mentioning red heart yarn because red heart yarn is one of those yarns, is my go-to. If I need to get some yarn, red heart is my number 1 pick of grabbing yarns. However, when seeing this yarn at the Dollar Tree, I was like, you know what? You could become one of my favorite. So it's a really nice texture yarn. Even though it's a medium, it's not a thick type of medium. It's the perfect size for the projects that I was working on. So as you see, I got bright colors because we are in the spring. We are approaching the summertime. So I wanted to go bright so I can make some of my summer hats. Now, I did a tutorial, guys, on the mesh hat. I'll make sure that I leave that tutorial in the description box below. And I thought these would be some fun hats to make. Now, they did have a color in teal, and they did have a color in white at the dollar store. I'll leave that video down below so you can see the various of colors that they have available. I think it was just 4, no, it was 5 because they had a burgundy looking color as well. But I wanted the more brighter colors because the darker tone colors I already have in my stash. I have teal, I have white. I probably should have bought it anyway, and I might just go back and purchase it if it's still available. But I wanted to get some colors that I didn't have already in my stash, and I wanted to, you know, start using up what I already had. But this yarn feels really good, and it really works up very well. Let me show you guys a few of my items that I made. Again, I'm making my mesh hats. So here are one of my mesh hats that I made using this Dollar Tree yarn. And it worked up okay. Besides the pattern being extremely easy to make, you know, I'm hot body, so a lot of materials gets hot in my hand, or I just get hot anyway. So this material that I'm using right now, the worsted weight or the Premier Jets yarn, I didn't get hot. It was a very cool situation with working with this one. So I made one of my mesh hats in this green. Then I made one in the purple, and hopefully this purple will showcase a little bit better, because right now it's showing on the screen, it looks a little bluish. I really prefer it to look the actual color, but this is a beautiful purple, not just a purple, but it's a beautiful purple. All right, which looks blue, but I worked it up in that color right there. Then I didn't stop there, because I wanted to make it in every color that I had, so I made it also in the orange. Really love this. And this pattern is something that I just created. I was messing around years ago, because this is not even a new pattern of mine, and I came up with this pattern, and I really love it. It always does very well for me when I'm selling them in the summertime, or even selling them right now. So I have the orange, I have the purple, and I also have the green, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful texture of yarn to work with. Very easy to work with. I do have, you know, 2 more full skeins of the orange and the purple, but I do have this much left over. So for each one of the hats, you know, it really didn't take a lot of yarn, so I have this much of the yarn left over for making those hat projects, in which I'm just going to take the remaining of this yarn right here and create something else. But the overall, it is a very easy yarn to use. It doesn't split. It's not fuzzy. It is a beautiful yarn, so beautiful that I will be going back and try to grab some more of this yarn. I like to get yarn, but I don't like to get a whole lot of yarn, because I don't want to get it home and I regret that I purchased it based on the texture of the yarn. Is not so easy to work with, but this yarn here is very easy to work with, and it's very light to work with. So if you're anything like me that really gets hot very easily, these types of yarn is perfect for you. Now I know just yarn is not, and I do have it in my plastic bag, because I'm getting ready. My other yarn failed, and I'm not gonna try to grab it. I'm getting ready to work on this. Went into my whip bag. I'm getting ready to work on another project, so I'm putting it all in this bag right here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and stock up on some more of the yarn, just because just to have it, because it was really fun and easy to work with. So stay tuned to see that project that I'm working on. Another yarn that I grabbed right from the Dollar Tree, I grabbed this boutique red heart boutique dash. I kind of tore it a lot, but here is the scarf. And so I unraveled this yarn right here. It is very long. I don't know what the, let's see, is the yardage on here. It's a number 6 in weight, and the yardage is 30 yards. Okay, this has 30 yards. So it was really, really super duper long. All I did was to shorten it up some. I did a what do you call it? Just knitted, finger knitted, or hand knit. I did a hand knit to bring it to this size here. Okay, it was, I mean, 30 yards. It was a long piece. So I finger knitted it, or hand knit. You know how you just go in and out to create this look right here, because I'm trying to get the look of hers. She has it as a scarf. I'm so glad I only got one of these yarn right here. I just wanted to try it out and see what will become of it. And I just finger knitted, but it's a lot of work. I don't really care for scarves of this capacity or this. Okay, so I did it 4 times, and just say like this. I don't know if I want something, maybe it'd be okay for the summertime, or maybe I'm just not wrapping it. But here it is right here. I know I can go through two. Maybe let me just go one more time with folding it about that much. And I guess I can go through here. All right, I just figured it out why I'm on camera with you guys. Off camera, I didn't know. I was like, you know what, this is just, and then I could just cut this right here off to, you know, so it wouldn't have those strags. But for $1 for that type of look, I think it's pretty cool. Will I purchase another one of these? Probably not. Well, not even probably not. I know I would not purchase another one because it's not something that I'm used to working with. But I'm glad that I had this experience. Maybe you guys would, you know, enjoy it already. It's already knitted. I can tell the product was already knitted, but it's just a long straight knit. And if you just grab it like that, it got me real tangled in a web. And I was like, okay, what's really going on? But now that I have folded 4 times, I really like that. That's not so bad after all. Yeah. And they only had it, I believe, in this one color right here, which it has the, now this is blue and a light blue, and it has some purple in there. And yeah, I like it when I did it the 4th time. And definitely did something for, I guess if I knew how to wrap it like she has hers, I can keep playing around with it until I figure it out and wrap it exactly how she has hers. I guess if I play around with it, I could come up with that, but I'm satisfied the 4 ways of how I just wrapped it right now. So if you're interested in getting some of the Dollar Tree yarn, I'm hoping that you guys have the yarn available. It took a long time. I was watching so many videos where people was posting on Facebook where the Dollar Tree had, we had just those small section, but they had an actual area, a whole aisle with just that yarn. And I was like, that is so fantastic. So family, when we decided to, when our last minute Dollar Tree decided to get some in, I was super excited. I was like, OMG. I always go down that aisle. Is you guys like that? I always go down the craft aisle so I can see what's available just in case. And I wasn't expecting that because we get all the rubbish. We get a lot of the sachet type of yarn. And I am so over sachet. I got so much sachet yarn. I'm going to work them all up. But I found out, if you guys are not following me on my DOY life page, I was showcasing my crop tops. And the red crop top that I had on, I used the sachet yarn to tie it up. You know how you do the drawstring? I usually just crochet a drawstring. But I decided that I was going to try out the sachet yarn, and it worked out perfectly. So make sure you go over to my DOY life page so you can see how I use it, because I know there's more than just making the sachet scarves using that type of material, but that's all I usually do with it. But I did use it in another way, and I was really glad about it. I got about maybe like 5 more skeins of those yarns. So I'm just going to go ahead. The ones that's already cut, I'm going to leave them as be. And then I'm going to use the rest of them to actually make sachet scarves. And maybe that would be like a, you know, when I'm getting ready to do a giveaway. I did that before. I did that a couple of times. When I did a giveaway, I added those sachet scarves, and everyone that received their sachet scarf had absolutely loved it. But again, back to this review, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the pattern. Another hat that I did, if you didn't see my video on yesterday, where I did a collaboration with Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen, I used that same yarn to create her pattern. So I'm super excited about that. So these small skeins can really get, depends on the project, but I know because I'm making more looser and opener items, the yarn is really stretching a little bit more. So I'm really giving it a bang for my buck. And again, I don't know if I shared with you guys how many yardage I'm forced to bend down. Each one of these small balls has 131 yards. And like I said, it really depends on what product or item that you are making, that it really can take you a little bit ways, especially if you're making hats. Yeah. So okay guys, so that is my review on using the yarn. I'm really excited about it. Beautiful projects that I'm working on. Again, I will make sure that I leave my tutorial to make these hats. If you're interested, you don't have to go through the playlist. It is in the playlist. But I'll leave it down below along with anything else I mentioned earlier that I just forgot. Okay. All right guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another DOY creations video. I appreciate it so very much. And please make sure you let me know what you think of the yarn, the review, and everything like that. All right, guys, until next video, always remember, Psalm 68:4 in your King James Version. Always keep your life and your health in check. And we'll be checking with y'all later. All right, bye for now.